Nic Cage as Count Dracula. Do I really need to sell this movie any more than just that sentence? Do I? Renfield is a brand new 2023 horror comedy directed by Chris McKay, starring Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult. And I was very excited for this movie. First of all, I'm a huge Dracula fan. Second of all, I'm a huge Nicolas Cage fan. So when I found out that Nicolas Cage is playing Dracula, yeah, I'm gonna seek this movie out best of my ability and find it. Thankfully, it got a wide release instead of some straight to streaming thing or whatever. But yeah, I was very excited to see this movie. So let's go ahead and start off this review with the good. And I just had such a blast with this movie. First of all, you have Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, who is the main character of this movie. And if you're not familiar with Dracula, the book, or any of the other movies, Renfield is Dracula's servant. He does whatever Dracula tells him to do. And this specific movie follows him trying to get out of that whole situation, go off on his own. And I really like the way Nicholas Hoult plays this character. Honestly, Nicholas Hoult just gets better and better as an actor because he was good in the first X-Men First Class. He was really good in that, and I really liked him in Days of Future Past. I don't blame him for Apocalypse or Dark Phoenix. Those movies were just not that well written. But he was amazing in The Menu, and this is probably my favorite performance from him so far. He just has that natural charm and charisma that you'd expect from Nicholas Hoult. And obviously, you have Nicolas Cage as Dracula, and this is easily the main selling point of this movie. And for good reason, too, because he does an amazing job. He's absolutely iconic. He's up there already with Bela Lugosi and Gary Oldman's versions. It's obvious that Cage is doing his own take on the Bela Lugosi version of Dracula, and he just does an amazing job. He's funny when he needs to be. He's evil and sinister when he needs to be. He really nails the sinister side of Dracula in this movie. And I honestly hope that we see more of his version of Dracula. I'd really love to see that. And then you have two other characters which factor into kind of a B plot of this movie that I've seen a lot of people complain about, but I personally enjoyed. First is Awkwafina as this traffic cop who's trying to take down a criminal empire in the city that they're in. And I've seen some people not exactly like that whole B plot, but I actually enjoyed it. Awkwafina does a fine job. I am not one of those people who just don't like Awkwafina for whatever reason. Sure, she's not in some very good movies sometimes, but what actor or actress has a perfect track record? Okay, I can actually think of a few, but still, I really like Awkwafina as an actress, and she does really good in this movie. Then you have the other main villain, aside from Dracula, played by Ben Schwartz, and he is really good in this movie as well. He's obviously having a blast, like Ben Schwartz usually does, and it was really different to see the guy who voices Sonic the Hedgehog playing a loud, foul-mouthed criminal in this movie. Very interesting, a lot of fun, great performance from Ben Schwartz. And the story of this movie is really, really great. Like I said, there's really two plots going on at once. The B plot being the whole thing with Ben Schwartz and Awkwafina. And then the main plot is Renfield trying to break away from Dracula, become his own person. And it's really a great commentary on getting out of abusive relationships with a narcissist and trying to break off from a narcissist. Really, really great symbolism there. I really enjoyed how they did that. And obviously the camera work is great. The CGI, and this is the one time you will hear me say this, probably the only time you'll ever hear me say this. The CGI blood in this movie actually worked. Because of how ridiculous this movie is, it just works for this one, where it just doesn't work for movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre from last year or Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. It just kind of works here for some reason. So I just really liked it. And score, obviously great. I really love how the opening of this movie kind of recreates some of the more famous scenes from the original 30s Dracula movie, but just inserts Nicolas Cage instead of Bela Lugosi. I just really like that. And I just kind of hope that this launches a new Universal Monsters shared universe thing, like The Mummy was trying to do back in 2017, but ultimately failed because that movie sucked. Yeah, I just really want to see more from this specific version of Dracula. So that's about all for the good. On to the bad. And I honestly don't have anything bad about this movie. So on to the final thoughts. I really had a blast with this movie. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it can still get serious in a lot of parts. Renfield is a great movie. Some of the most fun I've had in the movies in the past couple years. And I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on Renfield. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you have. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.